What's up, everybody? My name is Lonnie Chavis. My artist name is Lo. My producer name is Low Battery.
What's wrong with you?
Low battery.
I'm chilling with my mans here, Nick Trice.
Your boy Freak Nick, aka the Freakiest.
We got the EP dropping 2/24/24. I'm now working.
Yeah, owner here at Ocean Wave Studios. Definitely been cool getting to kick it with my guy Lo here.
Yes,
collaborate a little bit, cook a little something up new for y'all. Gonna be dropping on the 24th.
Got that banger.
Yeah. This kind of comes from, it's an old school event. I can't even call it old school. This is an event that used to take place called Freak Nick. It kind of stems a little bit from that. I definitely enjoyed that musical era, I would say. But partially too, we're all a moving frequency to some extent. So Freak Nick, like that's my frequency. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? The freakiest.
Yeah. So Low Battery was actually in Big Hero 6. There's a scene, the movie with the big robot, the Disney movie. There's a scene where he's powering down, and I remember he said Low Battery. I was trying to figure out what to make my artist name, and when I had picked Low, it just came to me. Because when you hear Low Battery, I mean, what do you want to do? You want to plug up and charge up.
Turn up.
That got to be the producer name. It just.
So a lot of the process is Lowe's brainchild behind a lot of all this stuff, where he comes up with all the ideas creatively, starts the beat concepts off. He would always come to the studio with a bunch of ideas ready to go, songs like ready to go. So I'm just here to like check him out, assist in any way possible to make it translate to the rest of the world in the way I know his message needs to be heard, and showing him how to help him translate his own message, just between the technical side of stuff, the more creative side of things too, the blend and just the effort it kind of takes to learn that stuff and it to stick over time. If you execute music at a high level, like, within the year, this kid, I can't even call him a kid, but he's surpassed any expectations I've had of him. So it's been a real cool process to work with another fellow creative and just be able to add to what they're doing, as opposed to, trying to take something over. I'm just here to, be the vessel for this guy, but also contribute when I can,
Yeah, essential. I mean, there's nothing I could pinpoint out specifically besides everything. FL, I use FL to record now. I was using Pro Tools before. I use Pro Tools I'll use FL when I try to mix my own tracks. I've been trying to mix my own tracks lately, but I use Pro Tools, and we'll come to the studio and we'll talk it out, and then he'll help me mix the song, and then I'll sit on the side of him while he's doing it and ask questions, and I'll try to learn what I'm doing, write notes, and take some stuff down. But I think that it's every part. Every part, 100%. He introduced me to Splice. That's where I get most of my samples from. He's helping me out with the EQ and everything else. Everything. It's really hard, but I'm building my way through.
I feel on top of the world, chill with my favorite girl, put it on ice, 'cause I really ride for the thrill.
There's always been a level of confidence, but I think just as you trial and error more, there's another real level of confidence that comes into that, to where you're not really second guessing as much when you create. Like, it's what I'm doing sounds good right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's I can tell you're at that level where, not everything you make is gonna be a hit record, but same with me as a producer, not every beat I make is gonna be a hit, but there is still gonna be a certain quality level that we expect our music to be able to get to.
Facts.
And as you get into the studio more often, it's not like trying to accidentally make good music. There is kind of a process you can have to make sure you're making good music each time. And I can tell you're on that path to, like, making sure every time you step in the studio,
I got something. Yeah, we got something cooking up. It definitely took me a while to try to perfect my sound. In the beginning, I was dabbling with a lot of stuff. We was doing a little country, a little indie. We was doing it with no hooks. It was just crazy. But now I feel like I really know the type of music I'm doing. I don't feel like it's really a genre so much. I feel like it's a story. And with every song that you're gonna hear coming from me, it's gonna be some type of story happening. So you gotta really listen. And it's just coming, like you said, it's just coming more naturally now, and I'm just starting to really talk on the beat. So I'm getting into it.
Yeah.
But none of it would be possible without man's right here. So.
No more love, I don't trust you. No more love, I don't trust you. No more love, I don't trust you. No more love.
I remember I was making the No More Love track beat, and when I was making it, I didn't have any Jersey Club sound effects, no Jersey Club kicks or nothing. It was just the R&B beat, and I had showed it to my mom, and she was like, "Oh, you should spice this up." And I just added the kicks in, and I put my little touch on it. And I think the R&B sound is really nice. I'm still learning, but I'm gonna keep studying.
Where I'm from, military brat. Both my parents were in the Army, so born in Virginia, moved to Korea for a couple years, North Carolina for a couple years, New York for a couple years, Germany for a couple years, and finally touched down in Texas in about '05, right in the peak of when Texas was extra turned up. So I got to catch a good part of that Texas wave and been out here ever since, you know. But big part of my musical influences is just being able to see these different cultures around the world, to go to different festivals in Germany as like a high school kid. You know, you get put on to different types of music, meet different types of cultural people overall, bomb-ass food too on a whole nother note. But, you know, that's a big part of what kind of influenced me just growing up and just seeing different things, kind of experimenting with and listening to different music. I kind of got into playing guitar and piano and all that stuff too. So everything ended up translating to where at the end of the day, I kind of ended up with the perfect skill set for the producer engineer guy, not knowing that that's what I ever wanted to be growing up. I didn't know that was like a job or anything. It just kind of along the way, I ended up garnering the right skill sets to where when I got into engineering school, I was like, oh yeah, this is like my shit right here, you know? So,
This is what I'm gonna do.
yeah, so it's like that kind of bit me more than, you know, I played sports and stuff too, but the music passion bit me way more than the sports side of things ever did. So anything that kind of can grab you in a way that makes you go and watch YouTube videos for 10 hours a day just to figure some, you know, how do I make this thing work or how do I install this thing, you know? So a lot of that over the years is kind of what built up just that tenacity to where it's like, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I try to help anybody who else, you know, chooses to be on this path as well, because it's a lonely road, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of lessons learned, but that's like, I'm always here to extend the ladder in any way I can, you know what I'm saying?
Last week, you was my freak. Now when I see you, we don't even speak. Last week.
I've been teaching like 10 years now, I'd say, coming up on 10 years. I never grew up thinking like I'm gonna be a teacher, you know what I'm saying? Like, no knock the teacher. I love that teachers. I had cool teachers growing up too. Like I can think back to even like sports. I had a couple cool coaches, a couple cool teachers that like kind of showed me some special attention. Like they noticed that I was maybe achieving a little bit more, and instead of just like letting me blend in with everybody, they're like, cool, let me like help you kind of take you to that next level too. So I think that part of teaching I've learned to appreciate. I definitely like taking people from nothing to something, but also the people that are kind of already like Lo, he's gonna be successful with or without me. You know what I'm saying? It's just more so, how can I help you get there quicker and avoid some of the mistakes that could be made along the way, you know? So that's the cool part about the teaching aspect is there's so many different age groups, so kind of 18 and up, low 16. I work with guys who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, military veterans. So it's a wide range of people who are actually interested in what we do. And it's cool to see, again, that passion on their side where they're going and doing all the research. They're coming back to class, telling me what they're listening to, what's going on in their city. So, you know, we're kind of all around the U.S. with the remote classes and stuff too. So it's cool to see what's going on in Florida and Cali and New York and Massachusetts, random Boston places, you know, to where I don't have to go and visit these spaces. I can kind of have a little network out there around the world for me. So that part of teaching has been a big blessing in disguise, I would say. Just kind of got in at the right time.
If I need anything, I call him up and he helps me. We can hop on a Zoom, we'll communicate about the levels or the EQ or anything that needs to be changed. When it comes to beats, keys and EQ is really, I'm not good at that. I'm not really good at that. I'm getting better, but he's really been helping me in that form. And every other form, just with my sound and my flow and the way I pronounce some certain words when I'm rapping, just just every little aspect of it. And I really feel like if he wasn't here, I don't think I would be at this point right now.
You know, you're a very hard worker, and your work ethic is like unmatched. And,
Yeah, 100%.
You work very efficiently, very effectively, and I respect it. Respect your craft so much, and I appreciate you so much. And it's been a blessing just to have my son work with someone so knowledgeable, so helpful,
Real talk.
so awesome. It's been a major blessing.
He put that little splat.
You know,
Little
so
splat.
this was great. Respect, love, congratulations to both of you, and
Thank you.
wish you much success, happiness, and all the blessings that God has to give.
Thank you.
She's got those eyes and those hips that are swaying. Pray God don't let it get to me.